Can someone make you work by force?
Because there are claims that you actually fired.
But I said, why are there claims where I have said something in writing? Do you have my firing letter?
I'm asking, I mean...
No, you should have a kidogo intelligent conversation, because where I have said in writing that I have resigned, I put even online my resignation letter.
Which you sent to Chief of Staff.
Yeah, Chief of Staff.
Yes.
You now come and claim I was fired. Me, I have got two things. I have got my social media message to say I have resigned, and I have got my actual resignation. You want to come here and ask me a question and you want me to respond, and you have nothing.
No, I'm asking you.
No, but why, when I have got hard evidence,
yeah,
you cannot ask me unless you say there is this document, there is this letter, there is this firing letter. I think that is...
that because...
No, that is abuse of stereotype.
In this country,
that's abuse of stereotype.
In this country, Honorable Moses Kuria, there are people who've been asked to resign.
Okay, simple answer then, so that we don't debate all of that.
Yeah.
I was not fired, and I was not asked to resign.
Okay.
And the president actually regretted the fact that I resigned. He really regretted.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for your greatest support. I don't want to talk too much in this video, but I want you to listen to Moses Kuria. That is MK. MK for the first time is coming publicly, and he went on Citizen TV live for an interview after he resigned. I don't know whether he was fired or he resigned, but all that we are going to listen to during the whole of his interview. I want us to listen to him.
In June 2025, he gave an interview and said that one of the things I remember is that you would be the 6th president of the Republic.
Yes, I still hold that dream.
A month later, you're out of work. On the day you made that decision, you said it's the 8th of July. How was that meeting with the president?
Well, on the 8th of July, I went and told the president, it is hazy right now, and I feel like I need to have my head out there to be able to look at things more clearly, and really be neutral in this conversation, so that truth can be able to come out. Because when you have got
and he agreed with you.
Well, can someone make you work by force?
Because there are claims that you actually fired.
But I said, why are there claims where I have said something in writing? Do you have my firing letter?
I'm asking, I mean...
No, you should have a kidogo intelligent conversation, because where I have said in writing that I have resigned, I put even online my resignation letter.
Which you sent to Chief of Staff.
Yeah, Chief of Staff.
Yes.
You now come and claim I was fired. Me, I have got two things. I have got my social media message to say I have resigned, and I have got my actual resignation. You want to come here and ask me a question, and you want me to respond, and you have nothing.
No, I'm asking you.
No, but why, when I have got hard evidence,
yeah,
you cannot ask me unless you say there is this document, there is this letter, there is this firing letter. I think that is...
that because...
No, that is abuse of stereotype.
In this country,
that's abuse of stereotype.
In this country, Honorable Moses Kuria, there are people who've been asked to resign.
Okay, simple answer then, so that we don't debate all of that.
Yeah.
I was not fired, and I was not asked to resign.
Okay.
And the president actually regretted the fact that I resigned. He really regretted.
Also, there's no document to show that?
No, I'm saying from my conversation with him, he regretted the fact that, I mean, it was unfortunate, as in his words. You know, he told me it is your decision, but it's unfortunate. Yes.
Did you resign, or are you fired?
I resigned.
Why?
I resigned one day after Saba, Sam. And I resigned because Saba shattered me. Shattered me, totally.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually outside the country, and I was on a flight coming. And I was even on the flight, because we had internet on the flight. I was coordinating on WhatsApp.
Yeah. I
would get information from some wonderful people in Ruto, Thika, and all these places, and then I would coordinate with security agencies. And then, you know, that day I remember, I think some places like Ruto, like Thika, like Kiserian. Some places I really used my access in government that time to stop it. Mm-hmm. Then ahead of all that mayhem, you know, I am known to a lot of business people, the people who sell supermarkets were burnt and all that kind of thing. So I really talked to them and I really felt them. And by the way, you know, you look at these things as, for example, Maguna supermarket. Are you aware that the things which are inside there are not necessarily Magunas? Mm-hmm. There's somebody who has taken a stock on what we call consignment to be sold. Right. So the impact was so huge. So the following day, I asked some people, people in both sides. I talked to people in the opposition. I asked them, what is this? It is said that it is you people who are organizing the mayhem. Why organize violence against our own people? They told me it is not me, it is government. And then I talked to people in government, in all the levels, including the president himself. I told them, Mr. President, the opposition people are claiming that it is government people who are doing all this destruction. And the president almost took the Bible. Then I asked myself, where am I? Is it government which is right, or is it opposition which is right? And I found myself in that unfortunate situation. I don't know who to believe. Yeah? I don't know. I said, okay, let me just sit on that pedestal whereby I can be able to see things much more clearly, because in any case, that Magunas, that county supermarket in Muranga, does it matter whether it is Wamonyoro people or government people who are burning the supermarket? It wouldn't matter less for those people. Okay. So I said, look, there comes a time when some of us, have to start somewhere where really you can be able to answer every question that your conscience asks you.
Let's take a look at a post you released on X on the 7th of July. This was on the day of Sabasaba. You wrote that no Gen Z died today, only criminal looters. Well done, Kip Murkomen. Ensure zero Gen Z and maximum criminal fatalities.
You see.
That's the same day you met the president.
You see, no, the following day. You see the information was flowing fast and furious. Yeah. Information was flying fast and furious. And some of the cases, you can imagine people storming a police station. Can those be Gen Zs? Whatever happened in Kikuyu and Dagoretti and all that.
So you call total fatalities of...
What I believe is that kind of organized something, it is easy to look at it from the fatalities point of view. But it is also important that you look at it from the point of view of the business owners. Yeah? And is it wrong to separate criminals from peaceful protesters? But is there something logically wrong?
You are an advisor.
Yeah? Is there something logically wrong from saying this one is a criminal and this one is a by the way, I start with that. If you can be able to even have a metal detector, that this is a genuine protester whose rights are enshrined and protected under the Constitution, fine. But people who go to maim, people who go to destroy property, do you know how much do you know the pain of those people and their business? Do you know, forget about their businesses. Look at it from the jobs. Aren't the human rights of those people who lost jobs in Moya, the people who lost jobs in Nyeri? And for me, it does not matter. It doesn't matter whether it is a government or it is a opposition. It really doesn't matter.
So where are you now?
I'm a private citizen.
Politically?
Well, politically, no. I'm a political animal. We are getting to 23 months before the next general elections. Yeah. So obviously, every politician in the field is going to be active for the next 23 months, and I'm no exception.
I'm asking that question because, Moses, you sacrificed your political party, Chama cha Kazi.
No, I did not sacrifice.
What did you do?
No, I did not sacrifice. We are just a member of the Kenya Kwanza coalition.
So that decision that was taken, I think it was late 2022 or early 2023, what was it?
No, we were having that suggestion and members refused.
Suggestion to
fold the party. Remember that time there was all this hurabaru about folding parties. Musalia folded his party. Myself and Wetangula and some people were saying, no, we're not going to fold our parties. And it was a democratic decision.
So Chama cha Kazi is still operational?
It's still there, it's operational.
I'm asking that because if you look at the other political parties, so let's start with Ford Kenya, that was in a coalition with UDA. They still have their leader as the speaker.
Yes.
The party led by Amason Kingi, they still have Amason Kingi as the speaker.
Yes.
The party led by former speaker Justin Muturi, Democratic Party. Muturi is out, but Honorable Ruto is there as a representative of DP. If you look at ANC, yes, merged, but Musalia Mudavadi is still the Prime Cabinet Secretary. Yes. There's nobody from Chama cha Kazi.
Absolutely.
In cabinet.
Yes, there's no one in cabinet.
Why?
That's true.
How did that happen?
Well, it is up to the appointing authority. Now, how can you ask me now?
No, because you had an agreement with the party leader of UDA.
Yeah, well, but Kenya is like that. Some agreements are honored, some are not honored. I cannot claim to be having a postal address in heaven. I live on this earth, and betrayals do happen.
Betrayals?
Yes.
So why were you removed as a cabinet secretary? Was any explanation ever given?
No, never. Never.
Did you ever speak to the president about that?
How can I? Why would I be entitled to ask? Did I speak to him when he appointed me? Did I tell him, so...
Because your party entered into a coalition with the president.
Well, let me put it this way, Sam Gituko.
Yeah.
The much I want to say about this issue. Nobody, since Julius Gikonyo Kiano, Nicholas Biwott, and Mukisa Kitui, has ever made a stab at industrializing in this country as Moses Kuria when he was Minister for Trade. That's a fact. That will go down on record. Yeah? Nobody tried to reform, for example, NYS and all that, like the way I tried to reform and that kind of thing. For the 20 months that I was in cabinet, I'm very proud. I look back with a lot of pride and I walked with my head high.
Yes.
And I sleep sound. I sleep very sound. I sleep very sound. But I'm also a firm believer that I don't have to be in government for me to be able to make positive change in society. I am making positive change in my own humble way, even outside government. The topics that mean something to me, how we can be able to modernize.
And I saw your statement, what I would call a self-appraise of the work that you had done in government for 30 months. And every phrase you say, I did my best.
Absolutely.
But the appointing authority didn't see that. Phrase you say, I did my best.
Absolutely.
But the appointing authority didn't see that.
Well, it's unfair to ask me that. And the appointing authority also grants regular interviews to media. May I respectfully suggest that you ask that question to him?
That's fine. When you were removed, members that campaigned against your appointing authority joined government. This is ODM. Today there's a pact, ODM and UDA. What do you think about that?
I think I made my comment yesterday in public. You saw that tweet that I put in there. Talking about the Dr. Agnes Zani's committee, I am vehemently opposed. I'm vehemently opposed because maybe the other points, which could be a gentleman's agreement between Raila Odinga and William Ruto, okay, I'm okay with the 9 points, except the NADCO one. Because NADCO, first of all, if it's personal, it should have been PADCO.
What is that?
Yeah, personal, dialogue committee. But now it's NADCO, meaning it is national. Yes. It's not personal. It's not between Raila Odinga and William Ruto. So I would have expected, broad-based in the true sense of the word. So that's why, to some extent, I regret that BBI was politicized. I regret that BBI, we didn't have a commonality or vision as a country. We didn't have a national consensus on BBI the same way we had on the 2010 Constitution. If we had the same, level of national, consensus around BBI, maybe some of these, maybe by that time around BBI, maybe this broad-based would not have happened, because this is just another artificial something to merge something together. And I'm hearing some people talk about 1 term, 2 term. Yeah, can we have the long-term movement? Long-term movement.
Long-term movement.
Yeah. So people who are saying, I don't care, even that 1 term will come to an end. Even the 2 terms will come to an end. Can we just stand with Kenya long-term, whereby we can be able to predict, with some certainty, what is going to happen within our lifetime and what is going to happen even when we are not on this earth.
At the same time, like you're saying, there's 1 term and 2 term. On this other end, like we see, Kipchumba Murkomen is preparing to receive Rigathi Gachagua by talking to the security agencies to be ready just in case of chaos. And if that happens, there will be an what do you see with the politics after impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua, where we are?
Well, let me give some historical perspective, because I've been in this studio with you, with Yvonne, with so many people talking about Rigathi Gachagua when we were serving in government. And I pointed out the mistakes of Rigathi Gachagua, which I would still tell him today. I don't have a problem with Rigathi Gachagua. I just have 3 major points of departure with Rigathi Gachagua. Yeah? Of course, one of them is, at this age and time, we cannot live the politics as we used to live in the 90s. It is time, everything has got a shelf life. And everything is finite, including tribalism, road tribalism and all that. I believe from the bottom of my heart, and that's my view, that even me, maybe there's a time I could have been accused of tribalism and all that.
Yep. Granted,
but every angel has a past and every sinner has a future. So there comes a time when you see this one, This one cannot continue selling. Yeah, there comes a time when you stop that one and you say, no, this one is not tenable anymore. And for me, politics that revolves around tribe has got no space in this country. Of course, I've got other problems with him, like, he's trying now to come up with this dictatorship within my region where you say, if you're not with the DCP, you are Kasongo, you are whatever. So like somebody appointed him a prefect, yeah? But other than that, I believe that Rigathi Gachagua has every right, yeah, to practice his politics in the best way you know how, as long as he is not contravening the law. And I think it behoves upon Kipchumba Murkomen. I have heard him say that they have got information to believe that Rigathi Gachagua wants to commit some crimes, or some people want to commit some crimes around it. I think it is a thin line between political rights of Mr. Rigathi Gachagua, which I would defend to my death, but also that because this country does not belong to only politicians, we need to carry out our politics in such a way whereby, and some of the, they say violence begets violence, and equally hate begets hate. Because when with that kind of rigiji politics, unfortunate politics on that front, you see now it is becoming the national currency. You heard what Eden Duale, and I called him out. You heard what Eden Duale said in Barambara over the weekend, that some community, they think they are special. We are going back to 2007. We are treading on very dangerous line, and whereby leaders don't know. We did not just arrive here. These things, even from a subliminal, state of the mind, it means so many, it invokes many memories to so many things. And by the way, let me tell you something. I've been talking to people. I've been doing also research. When you see me in the country quiet, I talk to people. Sisemi kusikiza ground, but I talk to people a lot. And that kind of posturing by the likes of Duale, Kamket, Mandago, my good friend Dan Wanyama, I saw Osoro, say the same thing. That's thing what? So that thing of collective condemnation of one community, as if Rigathi Gachagua is all the 10 million people. Do you know, and I said it on Twitter, on X the other day, do you know what will be the unintended consequence after I talk to people? This is what my people are telling me. My people are telling me in 2027, in 2022, they voted for William Ruto close to 4 million votes, Mount Kenya region. They voted for Raila Odinga 1.2 million votes. There is, by the projections done, that vote would have grown to 6 million votes in 2027. They are telling me, and I'm talking about ordinary people. Yeah? The other day we went around Muranga villages with Governor Kangata, talking to people, because I said I want someone to be as a witness. So we went around Muranga with Kangata, listening to people. They are telling me in 2027, these 6 million votes, they'll put in one basket. They'll give one person. One person, I don't know who it is, but they'll give one person because of these kind of statements from Duale. And they say, what will they ask for that 6 million votes? They are telling me, we don't want to be president. We don't want to be deputy president. Neither do we want to be prime cabinet secretary.
What do they want?
They just want a country that works. They will give their vote for nothing. For nothing. They will not ask for anything.
What's your sample size?
Yeah? No, it's quite expansive. I am a statistician, my friend.
What's your sample size?
I'm a socio-scientist and I'm a statistician.
What's your
If you want
size?
me to complete the scientific study, I can, and you can even commission one here for you as Citizen.
What's your sample size?
Citizen TV. Yeah? My friend, I am a politician. I have been around politics.
No doubt, you're a politician.
I have been in presidential campaign since Matiba, Marlborough House in 1992, 1997 with Kibaki, 02 with Kibaki, 07 with Kibaki, 13 with Uhuru Kenyatta, 17 with Uhuru Kenyatta, 22 with William Ruto. I am not one to see mirages. I'm not one to have broad political vision.
Do you have a sample size?
Yeah?
Do you have a sample size?
No, it's expansive, and I'm telling you, there's a team that is working on.
That's not statistics.
Well, I am not. Do you know? I can give you the number of Angela Abido if you want to convert me to an opinion poll company. I am a politician who has got my pulse on the ground.
Research.
No, yes, but you can't ask me about sample size for my. I did not say that. I went there and I say margin of error. I said those ones. I'm not your pollster. No, you can go and ask Abido or Tifa to do for you a proper research.
I am speaking
to prove me right or to disapprove me.
Was money used to remove Rigathi Gachagua from office?
You know, also corruption is not a spectator game. So maybe I will not be privy to such bribery because, first of all, that was not part of my remit. But again, this whole discourse of generalization will lead to such kind of innuendo and speculation. Because, you know, if you cannot say for sure that it is corruption for this one, not the other one, so where is the line? That's why I am asking for scientific processes.
Sorry, Honorable Moses, were you aware when Rigathi Gachagua was being impeached?
Yes, I was aware. I mean, what do you mean?
Did you hear that signatures are being collected?
Of course, the signatures. Of course, you need signatures to impeach someone.
You were in government then?
Yes, I was in government. Yes,
you didn't hear anything about money changing hands?
I was an advisor. Of course, I had things in the public domain. I had things in public domain.
That?
Yeah, that people are saying we are being given money. And you have got cases. I don't even know why you would try conjecture for something that is...
I'm asking you.
Have you asked John Meadow? The people, let's say, because this is not a spectator game, you need to ask those people who claim they were induced by money. And I can give you examples. John Meadow, Senator Fonyandarwa, Karungu Wadhangwa.
They were given money.
So they say publicly, I'm not a media person. Yeah, you are the media person. They say publicly. So they say we have got some self-confessed people, and you are digging from someone of guesswork.
I'm asking you because you sat in the executive.
Do you imagine that there's a meeting? First of all, that time I was an advisor, but the talk I was in the executive. Can you imagine there's a meeting? Excuse me, guys. Agenda number 1, bribing of MPs. How many have you bribed today? Key performance indicator. Of course, you don't expect that there's something like that.
Sure, you know.
Yeah. So how do you imagine it is done? I don't know. Am I naive? How do you imagine it is done? A whole meeting is done, and then people say, "Excuse me, how much are we going to bribe somebody to go?"
You know, I don't know how it's done. I've not sat in parliament.
So let's say, even in the wildest of imagination, you don't imagine that if this thing was to happen, or if it happened, that it would happen in some broad something.
Yes.
You know, yeah.